About Time with Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. Y'all already know my spiel. Thank you to every single one of y'all who has been taking out the time to watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos, and leave the comments. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and encourage others to subscribe to the channel. Let's try to get up to 100,000 subscribers. I'm at 18,000 and counting. But that's because of, all of y'all that take out the time to, to listen to what I say. And, it may feel like I have some valid points in boxing. I'm not saying that all my points is valid. Some of them may not be. Some of them may be speculative. But, even for the people that don't like what I say and still take the time to leave a comment, I appreciate you too. This segment is of Rashawn's About Time Boxing. This is we're just trying to bring awareness, man, to suicide prevention. So this video is for anybody, who has lost a relative or friend or anybody to to suicide. So, let's try to bring more awareness, to suicide, and hopefully we can, prevent some. So Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia. I'm pretty sure the internet, social media is buzzing with the results. Rolly Romero beat Ryan Garcia, outboxed him. I know a lot of people probably talking about Devin Haney and how Devin looked in his fight. And I know a lot of y'all before, because Ryan was the main event. And when y'all saw how Devin looked, I know a lot of y'all was like, oh man, wait till Ryan get in there. And a lot of y'all picked Ryan to beat Rolly. And y'all thought he was just going to walk through Rolly Romero. But I picked Rolly for the dub. Lo and behold, he got it. And honestly, after Ryan got knocked down in the second round, he was gun shy. But see, this right here is for everybody, for all y'all people who criticize Devin Haney and Team Haney and his father for bringing attention to the fact that Ryan Garcia was using PEDs. Now, first Ryan lied and said he didn't. First, he was blaming all these different people and companies for the PEDs getting in the system. Then he come out and say he don't know how they got in his system. Then he said he never took any type of performance enhancing drugs, which is nothing but lies. And for all of y'all people who said that the PEDs, oh, it don't matter whether he was on PEDs or not, the outcome still would have been the same. Really? Well, he wasn't on PEDs against Rolly, and y'all saw the results of that. And I don't want to hear nobody saying, oh, well, he went up in weight. Oh, he been away from the ring for a while. But all that, all that trash talking Ryan was doing before the Devin Haney fight, leading up to the Devin Haney fight, after the Devin Haney fight, and a lot of y'all gave him a pass. A lot of y'all gave him a pass, especially when he talked about digging up George Floyd and wanting to kill him again and using the N-word, talking about, us black people. And he spoke bad about the Muslims and all that kind of stuff. And y'all gave him a pass for all that and criticized Devin Haney because Devin Haney took action against the fact that Ryan Garcia was using PEDs. Now, let's say, in that fight, Devin Haney got hurt real bad and was in a coma, or maybe even lost his life as a result of Ryan Garcia being on PEDs. And a lot of y'all saying y'all can't see the difference. Y'all saw it against Rolly. Those of y'all who saw the fight, y'all saw the difference. Because where was the Ryan Garcia that fought Devin Haney? Why that Ryan Garcia didn't show up to fight Rolly Romero? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why the Ryan Garcia who fought Devin Haney, why he didn't show up to fight Rolly. I'll give you 3 letters, 3 words. PEDs, performance enhancing drugs. So PEDs do make a difference. So for everybody who was talking about, oh, Devin just lost, he need to suck it up. Man, PEDs don't matter. It don't change. The fact that, Ryan got skills, he a better boxer and this, that, and the third, or not even a better boxer, just the fact that some of y'all said he was a better boxer. And no, he just skillful and all that. Where was those skills against Rolly Romero? Where was the skills at against Rolly? Oh, wait, I'm hearing crickets right now. He was gun shy. He didn't want to take no risk. And then afterwards, oh, I'm just glad I was able to get through the fight. And see, Ryan know how to work the people. He got y'all. He know how to work y'all. Now, when he win, he all cocky and arrogant. F this, F that, suck my, all this crazy stuff he's saying. But then when he lose, he want to go play the humble, oh, I'm so thankful to God and religious and all that. Now he want to go through all that. And then y'all tell me, oh, man, well, he humble. He just, man, he just play. He just learned how to play the public. He learned how to work the people. Because had he beat Rolly Romero, you would have seen a different Ryan Garcia in that ring when they interviewed him. Wouldn't have been that humble Ryan Garcia. I don't want to hear nobody talking about his mental health issues, his drinking, his smoking weed, all that. I don't want to hear nobody talking about none of that stuff. Because this is a man who already openly said that he wished that there was an organization that would allow you to do steroids and PEDs. He said he would sign up for it quick. So that goes to show you which way he's going. And I don't want to hear none of that. Well, that was his first fight at 147. He was just trying to pace himself. Nah. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. He looked worse than the Ryan Garcia that fought Luke Campbell when Luke Campbell dropped him. He made Rolly look, and I'm not like trying to discredit, Rolly Romero, because like I said, I picked Rolly to win the fight. I picked him to win. And Derek James, you stayed around while that man disrespected black people. You stayed around him for the money. Errol Spence, all your fighters lost. Errol Spence got beat by Bud. Jamel Charlo got beat by Canelo. And Ryan got beat by Rolly. Don't you think it's about time that you jumped ship and left Ryan on his own? But I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Derek James, not with him for his next fight. I wouldn't be surprised. Because Ryan got like that Oscar De La Hoya type of syndrome. He like to, change trainers all the time and stuff like, because Oscar used to do that throughout his career. And you another one, Oscar. All that trash you was talking about. Oh, wow. Boots don't want to fight Ryan. Ryan to knock Boots out. Ryan to do this, to do that. Listen, that's the Oscar that be on the cocaine that y'all hear talking all that trash. But when he ain't on that coke, he a different person. Just like Ryan. When Ryan ain't on the PEDs, he a different person. When he on the PEDs and he drinking and all that other stuff, and I don't care. Some of y'all probably, gonna be mad at what I'm saying. Some of y'all probably ain't gonna like what I'm saying. Some of y'all probably gonna hate what I'm saying, but I don't care. Especially for the ones who gave Ryan Garcia a pass with all of the stuff that he did. And y'all made Devin Haney look like he was the one. You would have thought that Devin was the one took the PEDs and cheated the way, the way he was, if you want to say, persecuted in the court of public opinion. You would have thought that he was the bad guy. Oh, he needed to just take the loss. Oh, he got his ass whooped. He just, Ryan beat him. That's all he just need to accept it. So for all of y'all who think that it was okay and saying that Devin should just go ahead and, just leave it alone or not do anything about it. So y'all okay with people cheating. You almost like, see, this is why Floyd wouldn't just give a fight to anybody. Y'all can say he was cherry picking, but Floyd said, if you want to fight me, you got to submit to the random drug test. No random drug test, no fight. Because people can get on these doping or juicing programs and all that type of stuff. And Ryan want to talk about Victor Conti and all that kind of stuff. We already know about Victor Conti and the whole Balco thing. We know about all that. But I'm pretty sure with this snack program, they running a microscope straight up his behind to make sure that he on the level with everything. They not gonna let him get away with, with nothing. Not after all that. With Marion Jones and Shane Mosley and all these other people he was, doping. I think Barry Bonds, Holyfield, I think was one too, and all that. A lot of people this man, admitted to, putting on steroid regimen. Bodybuilders get on steroid regimens. They have to. Or not have to, but that's what they do when they compete. When they, you know what I mean? But don't try to take the focus off of, off of you, Ryan. But I felt like everything I felt like Rolly needed to do to win that fight, he did. He stayed patient. He didn't panic not one time in that fight. He tied Ryan up when he needed to. He pressed the attack when he needed to. Rolly did everything, and whoever it is he has training him now, I get him, listen, you're A1 with me. And Rolly need to stick with that person. Whoever's training him now, stick with that person. And maybe Rolly in his next fight may not look as good. Who knows? Styles make fights, and we know that too. So from fight to fight, your performance is going to vary. But according to those who love Ryan Garcia, his performance is A1 to y'all, no matter who he fight. Oh, Ryan show up every time. Yeah. And the fights that he all wind up and, makes you wonder. Because again, I asked that question. Where was the Ryan Garcia that fought Devin Haney? Where was that aggressive Ryan Garcia? You didn't see none of that aggression against Rolly. You didn't see none of it. You saw a gun-shy, scared, in my opinion, scared Ryan. It was in his body language and everything, especially after and if look, when Tank dropped him, he had that same stupid look on his face. When Luke Campbell dropped him, had that same stupid look on his face. Every time he get dropped and he get up, he got this stupid type of look on his face. Can't describe it. It's almost like that dumb face them Kardashians make when they do something dumb or get caught doing something and they got that little stupid looking face. But I want to know what y'all think. Do y'all think now? Do y'all see it? How do y'all feel about Ryan Garcia's performance against Rolly and how he fought Devin? Y'all see the difference? How aggressive he was against Devin and then against Rolly, scared, gun shy. And I don't really think it has nothing to do with the style. And and even though, Rolly looked like he got that like I don't know. I really hate using this word because I'm not saying it to describe him and how, you know, I think he is or how people think he is. I'm not saying that he's retarded, but he just has like that awkward type of, a lot of people think he got like that. And I'm not saying that he don't hit hard, but it's the effects, of the sound when you throwing a punch that, and all that type of stuff. That's all that I'm saying. But he hit Ryan with a double hook and put him down. And some of y'all might, those of y'all who mad that it even happened and that Rolly beat him. Oh, it's a flash knockdown. He got right back up. He got right back up too when he fought Luke Campbell. But the only difference was he was able to finish Luke Campbell off. He couldn't finish Rolly off. And they even had the scorecards mixed up at one point throughout the fight. They had Ryan ahead. It was 46-48 or something like that in favor of Ryan, but then they had to switch it, and then they said it was Rolly. It was Rolly who was ahead. So, but I really want to know, I want y'all to drop the comments in the comment section below and let me know, what do y'all think about it? Do y'all think the fact that Ryan wasn't on PEDs for this fight, that it didn't show? Like, I mean, you know, I mean, do y'all think it made a difference in the outcome of this fight, the fact that he wasn't on PEDs against Rolly? Because Jim Lampley talked about it too. And Antonio Tarver, you ain't got no room to talk. I seen how he was talking trash, you know what I mean? Well, I know he was trying to critique Devin Haney and all that type of stuff, but it's easy when you on the other side. Because when you fought Chad Dawson, you ain't seem to be listening to your corner when they was trying to tell you what to do when Chad was whooping your ass. You didn't seem to know what to do, and you look a little scared and gun shy against Chad Dawson. So, you know, I mean, and granted, Devin did, you know, he looked a little, you know, but he got the win. He's still undefeated. Ryan lost to Rolly Romero, who majority of y'all, if not all of y'all, thought he was going to walk through Rolly and even stop him. And I know a lot of y'all thought he would stop Rolly. Don't say that. Don't say you don't do it. Don't do it. But I picked Rolly for the win. I picked Rolly for the win. So, but let me know. Like I said, I feel like the fact that he wasn't on PEDs showed. And I think it was good that it manifested itself in this way, so that everybody who was saying, oh, well, it don't matter if he was like them guys like Timothy Bradley and all them people, you know, and then there was a lot of people too, insiders, who knew what Ryan did was wrong, but was scared to speak up about it. They were scared to speak up about it. I don't know if they worried about not being able to get interviews from him, or they worried about, you know, their status with whoever they dealing with or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they worried about being judged in a court of public opinion. I don't know. There's a lot of people who should have spoke up about that, because I know a lot of insiders who actually were fighters, and they talked about, you know, when they got away from the game because the game was so dirty and people wasn't trying to clean it up and all that. So the fact that, you know, Ryan lost to Rolly, do y'all think if he was on the PEDs it would have made a difference? Or do y'all really think Rolly would have beat him if Ryan was on the PEDs? And he couldn't. What was that famous left hook everybody was talking about, that Ryan's so famous for? He was scared to throw it. Rolly was the one that dictated the pace of the fight. He made Ryan fight at his pace, controlled the tempo, controlled the ring space, you know, frustrated Ryan, tied him up when he needed to, and stuck to his game plan. Derrick James in the corner yelling at Ryan, telling him, like, man, look, you gotta sell out, man. Basically, like, you gotta sell out to try to get this win. You losing. Do you think Ryan listened to anything he said? Nope. That's why I said I wouldn't be surprised if Derrick James not in his corner for his next fight. He may or may not, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's not. And y'all shouldn't either. And if he's not, it's not going to be by his choice. Ryan and them going to kick him to the curb if they find somebody else who they feel like can maybe do something better, because realistically, Ryan is defensively flawed. He can't fight backing up. You know, he can't fight backing up. He's flat-footed, for real, for real. He try to be on his feet and all that type of stuff, but watch him fight. He give that appearance like he light on his toes and all that. but he flat-footed. And he can't fight backing up. And if you step to him, he can't do nothing. And look at what Rolly was doing, stepping to him. Frustrated and confusing. Ryan couldn't stick to his game plan, but Rolly stuck to his game plan. And I said in the last round, I said, look, Rolly should he don't even have to throw no punch. Just tie him up. You know what I mean? Push him against walking to the ropes, let the referee break y'all apart. Just stay away from him. You ain't got to throw no punches. And lo and behold, I'm watching the fight. What did Rolly do? Exactly that. Must have heard me through the screen. But nonetheless, congratulations to Rolly Romero. You know what I mean? I like Rolly. I know he's funny. You know what I mean? But I don't want to see him fight Boots. Even though I know Ryan can't beat Boots and Oscar, you better listen, you better stop talking about that. And after the way Ryan Garcia looked against Rolly Romero, you shouldn't mention Jaron Ennis and Ryan Garcia in the same breath, let alone the same sentence. If you get them in the same ring, the outcome is going to be a lot worse than what happened with Rolly. Because if Boots put him down, trust me, he going to stay down. Drop the comments in the comment section below. Let me know what y'all think about Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. And the whole PED thing, do you really think? Because I feel like it showed. Ryan not being on the PEDs, he wasn't as aggressive. He wasn't trying to take no chances. Took all them chances against Devin. Now, I know the whole style make fights and Devin ain't got no. I know all that. We talking about his fight against Rolly Romero and the King Ryan that he say that he is, and how dope of a fighter and boxer he is, and how he'll stop this one and stop that one. Listen, he shouldn't even talk about Terrence Crawford either. You need to keep Bud Crawford's name out of your mouth, boy. Yeah, I said, boy. Keep Terrence Crawford's name out your mouth. Oscar and Ryan, do not mention Jaron Ennis and Ryan Garcia in the same breath, let alone talking about putting them in the same ring together. You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. And it's going to be a lot worse. And the outcome is going to be a lot worse than this outcome against Rolly Romero. That's all I got for now. To the next.